Hey guys, this is Logic here, and welcome to another prop making video. So for this video, I will be kind of showing the first stage of cleaning a print off. So cleaning off all the support, as well as getting into the little fine details and assembling using super glue. Because for some reason, PLA, that's what I print with, has this really weird thing where it hates glue. Like, any glue that's strong enough to make it where it would be indestructible, that glue would just eat straight through it. Anything else, it doesn't have a very good bond. But for some reason, super glue, it loves, it holds very nice, and that's what I use on pretty much all of my props. On a few of them, if it needs a little bit of extra oomph, there is one type of glue that I use. It comes in a caulk tube. I'll put a link to that down in the description. But that works good. The only problem with it is it has a little bit of flex to it, which is something that you don't exactly always want, because too much flex and you end up having parts that look all wobbly. But at least it holds, you know. And that's why I usually, on props that need a little bit of extra support on the joins, I do a preliminary with super glue, and then I put a bead of that other glue around it, so that it does kind of a double reinforcement. And so, as you can see right now, I'm just cleaning off little tiny pieces of support in the muzzle brake. So, tools of the trade for this is a little screwdriver set that I got. Don't know if the brand's on the back. I'll put a link to this in the description. It is an affiliate link, which means there is no extra charge for you, but it does mean that I get a small percentage of whatever you spend back, so it's always helpful. So now I've got all of those little parts cleaned out, and I'm going to take a torch and hit it once on both sides, and what that does is it seals, like reseals the parts that I messed up, and any of the little overhangs, it kind of smooths them out. So overall it gives a nicer look. And then, I don't know if the camera picks this up, but there's little hairs sometimes that come from printing. You hit them with one hit from the torch, and they go right away. And so, there you go. Now the muzzle brake's done. And that is what you use the little screwdrivers for, is cleaning out little details and things of that nature. Then there's also clippers. They are angled snips, and it's going to be a little weird for me to be able to clean this off with the still being in the camera's view. But you just kind of pinch it and pull as much as you can, and most times it pops right off. And every once in a while there you get a nasty piece of filament that just it bonded too well with the print and ends up being a little more difficult to pop off. But in the end, you pretty much get everything off. And I found that if you find a really stubborn piece, you can hit it with that torch like I was using earlier, and it melts it just enough that you can pull it off using just either by pinching it or by actually by using one of the screwdrivers, because it lessens the bond between the melted part, so that top layer, and the other part. Get my hand around here. So I might speed all this up, but if not, then I'll put a widget so that you can just click that and skip to the end of me cleaning all this off. But if you want to watch, then watch. And you can listen to my glorious rambling, because I really have no idea what I'm doing with this channel. But yeah. So every once in a while you get lucky and you get a big nice piece off. So that right there took care of all of that and got pretty much figured out. You can also use your fingernails to get certain pieces off, but most of the time it's a little too stubborn to do that. And if you find a piece that you think would work best, then putting a screwdriver under it and just popping it works pretty great. See, this is a stubborn piece, but there we go. Now it's off. This side looks like it's done, so I just got to finish up this side. So I'm really hoping you guys will like these videos. They don't take much effort on my part at this moment, but it is a little weird talking to a camera, because don't get very much feedback from it. So if you guys put comments in the description or on the Reddit post, if that's where you're coming from, then I'll answer any questions, comments, concerns, you know, the usual. I'm always available to talk, and like, even if it's not something prop related, hey, I'll talk to you, because I am lonely. But, you know, prop making, since I'm pretty much always doing this, I don't have very much time to talk to people, and so talking to people through online is really easiest, and it's fun for me. So don't feel shy, and don't ever say, like, I'm sorry for every once in a while I'll have somebody that asks a question and they'll say that they're sorry for bothering me. It's like, no, what are you talking about? I love to talk, especially about things that I love, like prop making. And as you can tell, I am very, very good at rambling on about nothing at all. You just, if you're still watching and you haven't skipped to that other section, I applaud you. Because my rambling gets on my nerves sometimes, so I don't know about you guys. There we go. Every once in a while I get like a stubborn piece, and it's like, why won't you just get out? Go. So now I've got that whole top piece cleaned off. Let me just get this little chunk. So this whole piece is cleaned off now. Then I just kind of go over and get the bottom part. So that guy has a pretty big piece. It shouldn't be there. And if I might eventually start selling kits so that you can kind of try this yourself. And if you are watching this as more of a tutorial than something else, then I recommend that you print something, and like just something small, and practice on that, because I've been doing this for over a year now and I'm still really bad at cleaning prints off. So don't get discouraged if it's not if pieces aren't coming off, or if it always looks nasty after you're done, or pretty much anything that could give you discouragement. Don't worry about it, because this is something you do for fun. This is supposed to be a stress relief kind of thing. So now that I've got that done, so I take the separate parts. I still have to print the scope, but I'm going to make it where the scope is actually hot glued in, so that so that if it breaks, because since it's kind of a flimsier part, if it breaks, then you'll just be able to grab it with a pair of pliers, pop it off, and put a new one in. I probably won't ship it with a new one, but if you send me a message, then yeah, I'll definitely ship you one. So there's all the different parts, and so then you take super glue, super of the glue. This is the stuff that I use, Bob Smith Industries Insecure. This is the super thin version, which I love because it dries really quick and it is, of course, super thin. So it gets into all of those little cracks. So I'm just going to pour some in there, put that stock on top, push it down, hold it down for a little bit until I feel like it's setting up. I'm gonna let it sit there for a second, and it is feeling like it's attaching. So there you go. There's the stock on, and you do the same thing with the barrel. And that's it for this video. I will do another one for the painting of it. See you guys later.